Washington to face the division-leading Redskins on Sunday. Now, even though Dallas scored 40 points in last week's win, their offense has struggled for most of the season, with a lot of blame pointed at Dak Prescott. But Jerry Jones told USA Today that his QB is more than just a game manager. Jerry said about Dak, he's not a bus driver, he's a weapon. And as mobility diminishes on a given play, then you'll pick up where he is with that great decision-making, with the mind he's got. I take offense with any serious projected criticism about his accuracy. He can get the ball within the circumference of where receivers can catch it. They need to help. So Shannon, do you think that Jerry actually believes this?
I believe Jerry does probably believe what he's saying, Skip. He bought in on Dak after, his rookie season. There's a reason why not. But it was reported that he really, really wanted to go back to Tony Romo. Tony Romo's box office.
In his rookie year.
In his rookie season. Yeah. He has no choice now, Skip. Tony Romo retired, and now here we are 2 years later. But myself and others and guys that have played the position have questioned Dak's accuracy. Now, I tend to side with myself and guys that played that position over Jerry Jones. Jerry is biased. What do I expect him to say? Yeah, Dak, his accuracy is really suffering. I like to see him be a little bit more accurate. Obviously, he's not going to say that, Skip. But I believe deep down inside, Jerry Jones wants a high-octane offense because the rules are made for the quarterback to put up mind-boggling numbers. And here we are playing like 1990s football. Jerry Jones did not build that stadium with a running game in mind. They don't have those, Skip. When they have concerts and boxing matches, what do they have there? They want Patriots. They want Kansas City. That's what he wants. You know that, I know that.
They just scored 40 at home. They did. Well, they did.
Oh, so that's
How did they do it? With mirrors? Smoke and mirrors?
So
I don't know. Penn and Teller? Did they play?
Let me ask you a question. Where do you think the Cowboys are finished as far as scoring offense?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they just took off. Maybe that's what we're going to see. I just told you, detonation. Go ahead.
Jerry Jones loved the Tony Romo because Tony Romo was box office.
Yeah.
I believe Jerry would rather have that 51-48 performance and everybody talking about it as opposed to this.
That was against Peyton Manning.
Against Peyton Manning.
With the late interception.
We don't have to break up all of that.
I'm just saying, but he threw for, what was it,
507. Yeah, he had 5 touchdowns. Yeah, he was slinging it.
Yeah. And then he slung it right to Trevathan at the end of the game, and Peyton got a walk-off chip shot field.
We don't need to rehash all of that.
Well, I'm just saying, but that's who Tony was. That was the quintessential Tony Romo.
And that's what Jerry Jones loved. He loves fireworks. He loves box office. This isn't box office. And here's the thing, Skip. That term bus driver or he's a game manager, Skip, if my kids get on the bus, all I ask the bus driver to do is get them to and from safely. Is that a bad thing? Because I can tell you, I know a guy who Skip said is the GOAT. How did he start his career, Skip? What was Tom Brady? A bus driver, a game manager.
Yeah, for a year he was. He wasn't the second year.
Second year, they didn't make the playoffs because we went to
the second
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl year. The Carolina year, he was not a bus driver.
But he started. Skip, that was really his second year that he won the Super Bowl because he came in 2000. Let's not over, you make it seem like he was a rookie. He was not a rookie. And in his second year, he was a game manager. He was a bus driver, which is okay. More times than not, everybody's not going to get like Peyton Manning. You unwrap him, no assembly required, and you say, go play, son.
At the end of Tom Brady's first Super Bowl, was he a bus driver, game manager?
Skip, he threw for 141 yards.
At the end of the game,
he threw for 141 yards.
John Madden is in the TV booth saying they should shut it down and play for overtime, and they let the first-year starter throw it 5 straight times and set up a field goal.
And he had 50 yards on the final drive. So going into the final drive, he had 90 yards. Yeah. So what would you consider that? Is that the Tom Brady we know today?
I would consider that clutch winning.
No. He was a bus driver. You can't get out from under that, Skip. That's what he was.
Is he the greatest quarterback ever?
That's what Dak Prescott is currently.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Tell me when you're finished.
I'm done.
Really?
Yeah, I made my point.
So this just drives me out of my mind because I do believe Jerry believes it because it's just the truth. And what did you say? You're going to count on yourself. I'm going to count on myself on this one because I didn't play the position. I just learned football from Bill Walsh and Tom
You say
Landry
you love Troy Aikman.
Johnson.
Do you like Troy Aikman's commentary?
Yeah.
Do you trust him?
I do trust him.
then.
And has Dak been inaccurate lately? And you always say you got to update your resume. Yes, he's had 3 inaccurate road games this year. He's had 3 really accurate home games, which is shocking to me. I'll get to that in a moment. But I'm going to say this again. Dak Prescott played the greatest rookie year season quarterback we've ever seen in the history of this league. And go find me one. Go find me a better one.
That's debatable.
Because he led in QBR. It's my favorite stat because it takes into account everything you do in the game, arm and legs, crucial downs, distance, what you convert, third down conversions, touchdowns in the red zone. He led in QBR all the way to the last mail-it-in game at Philadelphia when they had already clinched and he didn't play much and didn't play very well because they didn't care. So that's what he did his rookie year. And he capped it off with a home playoff game against you say the greatest quarterback ever, Aaron Rodgers. And in that game, Dak Prescott, the game manager, bus driver, threw for 302 yards and 3 touchdowns and brought them back in what looked like they were going to pull the game out until Mason Crossbar hit 2 cross-country, unfathomable, inexplicable field goals from 56 and 51. That's not a game.
What happened?
Bus drivers can't do that as rookies in a playoff game against Aaron Rodgers. He was in a shootout with Aaron Rodgers.
And he lost.
And he held his own. And by the way, he's gone up against Aaron Rodgers 3 times, and QBR tells me he's outplayed him every time. He's had better QBR every time. His average is 80 for the 3 times he's played Aaron Rodgers. He's lost 2 games, but again, he did his part to win all 3 games.
No, don't do this.
He had
so now
80. Wait. He had an 80 QBR in those 3 games. Aaron Rodgers had a 62. He almost 20-pointed him in QBR. That's hard to do.
Skip,
that is not a bus driver.
Skip, I can't believe
I'm sorry, it's not a bus driver.
I can't believe you would do this, that you would separate Dak's performance from the team performance.
Well, I am, because we're just talking about bus driver versus playmaker. He is a playmaker. That's what he does.
He's a bus driving playmaker.
Okay, he's a bus driving playmaker. So last year, Kansas City was the 8th game of the year. Through the 8th game of the year, Dallas was 5-3.
Okay.
And guess what? Dak's QBR at that point was 75. That was 2nd in the National Football League. He plummeted all the way to 4th at the end of the year because starting in game number 9, Zeke was suspended. So they lost their running back for the next 6 games, and then they lost Sean Lee for 5 games, and he could not overcome that. And he did not play well down that stretch. He still finished 4th in QBR in the league, which is outrageously good considering you went 9-7. But the point is, there were 4 out of 5 games leading up to the Kansas City game. Look what he did. 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 3. That's 4 games of 3 touchdown passes. Is that a bus driver? I think not. And look at the QBRs in these games. The opening game against the Giants, 73, at Arizona, 87, against the Rams at home, 81, against Aaron Rodgers, 97, 49ers, 82, and then Alex Smith and the high-flying Kansas City Chiefs came to Dallas, and Dak had a 96 QBR. That's not bus driving.
If you don't mind me
That's not game managing. That's spectacular quarterback playmaking.
You gave me some very good games. It was very interesting, and the QBR rate was over 85. But if you don't mind me asking, can you tell me what his QBR was in the Chargers game, the Broncos game, the Eagles games, and the Falcons game?
I just told you he was terrible. And he still finished 4th in the league. That's hard to do. There are a whole bunch of quarterbacks. There are like 40 who qualify.
I know a guy that finished 1st in the league.
And by the way, last year, if you do just quarterbacks who played 600 or more plays last year in QBR, 600 or more, and on a 9-7 team, he had the 2nd best QBR in all of football.
Behind who?
I think it was behind Brady, the MVP of the league, who you don't like either. So you have no respect for Dak Prescott or Tom Brady.
This has nothing to do with like or dislike.
You asked me, I told you.
This has to do with facts, Skip, baby.
Okay, so
you and I both know. How can you be anything other? Before I'm gonna let you go, how can you be anything other than a bus driver when the rules are set for you to succeed throwing the football and you're averaging 180 yards passing?
How does a bus driver score 40 on the #1 defense in football coming into the game, Jacksonville? How do you score 40? How do you score 24 in the first half? Playmaking. Make a play, convert, pass to Cole Beasley, read options. What did I tell you? What did I pound the table for Scott Linehan to do? Unleash the quarterback.
Nobody thought.
Set him in motion.
Nobody thought, after watching the Jags play over the last 2 weeks, that they had the best defense. Now, yes, they were #1 in total yards. Yes, but nobody thought that, Skip.
Okay.
We saw them.
What else did Dak Prescott achieve in his first 2 years as a starter? His team on the road went 12-4 in his first 2 years. That's the 2nd best road record in all of football to the New England Patriots. Is that good? Is that bus driving?
No.
Okay, well, just help me out because something unfathomable.
That was his rookie season. Well, I can make the case.
I'm doing both the first 2 years.
Okay.
12-4 combined on the road.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger's record was equally as good, and he won a Super Bowl in his second year. So what are we about to do about that?
Okay, well, I'm just saying you're dismissing him as a bus driver.
That's what he was. That's what Ben.
You can't bus drive to 12-4 on the road.
If you don't mind me asking, Ben Roethlisberger bus drove the 15-1.
Okay, but they were loaded on defense. They had the best defense in football.
But they ran the ball with
had Jerome
Willie
Bettis.
Parker. Thank you very much. They ran the football with Willie Parker and Jerome Bettis.
Okay.
And there you go, Skip. Thank you for saying
something
this.
inexplicable has happened to Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. They've been an abomination away from Dallas, and they've gone 3-0 at home for the first time in the history of Jerry World. They're 3-0 at home.
Okay.
I can't explain it. They can't explain it. So they said, as we heard yesterday, they had meetings all week. The offense met as a group just to talk about how can we communicate better on the road. And I just say, I loved what Jason Garrett said at halftime of the Jacksonville game. We played with, and this is the magic word, conviction. What have I told you? At home, they played with conviction. You're going to have to take that conviction to Washington, and you're going to have to play loose, play not to lose, they've been playing not to lose. You have to play to win the football game.
Right.
You have to unleash the quarterback. You have to roll him out. You have to bootleg him. You have to run quarterback draws, and you especially have to go for it on fourth down, but with read options. If they had run a read option on that one that they didn't go for at Houston, he would have gotten that.
But the defense is playing so well. Now, you just said you got a top 2 scoring defense.
Number
you got
2.
a top 5 total defense.
Yeah.
And why would you not punt the ball, pin them down inside the 10, and you're going to get the ball back? Now you're going to rely on your defense. That's the strong suit of your team. Just like in Dak's rookie year, the offense, they relied heavily on the offense. So now the strong suit is your defense. Why wouldn't you rely on them? Skip, you make it seem like that Dak is in his 10th year and we're saying he's a bus driver or a game manager. He's only in his 3rd year. Ben Roethlisberger was a bus driver for a number of years before he came what he's known as today. Tom Brady there are very few quarterbacks that start their career and you just throw them out there and says, okay. Even Peyton got thrown to the Wolves, but what did he have in his backfield, Skip? He still had Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
He still had Marvin Harrison as a wide receiver, but they threw him out there. So to ask Dak when he doesn't have a Marvin Harrison, now Zeke is a very, very good running back. Marshall could do it all. Marshall could run and catch the football. But to say Dak is as long as the kids get home safely. Isn't that what we want from our bus driver?
No, that's not.
As long as you get that, hey, let me ask you a question. If Dak throws for 140 and you win the Super Bowl, would you be upset?
See, Dak has ways, so he's going to take lots of shortcuts, and he's going to do it with his legs instead of his arm.
I'm just asking you a question.
That's how he drives his bus. He takes chances.
Skip, don't get me. All I'm saying is just get me, Skip, it's okay. Just get me home safely.
You're going to see a team play much looser. I want to see more of this Conor McGregor arm swing after the plays because they were having fun on Sunday.
I saw that walking in.
I saw Dak Prescott smiling a lot on Sunday. I need to see him smiling at Washington.
You know what I saw? I saw Conor McGregor walk in the ring with that swag. And then when it time to come out the ring, I saw him sitting on his bum. I saw him sitting on his bum.
Yeah.
I didn't see no swag.
But
I saw Khabib on I'm the champ.
Well,
King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
So where was Conor McGregor on Sunday? Did he go to the Patriots or the Steelers or the Rams? No, he didn't go to. He went to Dallas. He went to Jerry World. And so all of a sudden it's contagious, and everybody's doing it. Zeke's doing it. Maybe we don't need so much of this anymore. Maybe we need more of this.
And they was in the club talking about loser. Everybody was talking about Khabib. Because for the longest time, now all of a sudden, you don't want to talk about O'Connor. Why you want him to hang with the Cowboys? He done took that L.
I like it because it rubs off. It's contagious enthusiasm. It's fun. I want to see Zeke unleash this time. I want to see them get creative with Zeke. Get him, toss it to him, get him running right and left, and then cutting it upfield. I want to see more creativity because they can have fun with this offense.
It's okay. It's okay. Jerry believes it. I mean, I'm good.
Yeah. So I got them winning 20-13. I mean, 2017. 2017 at Washington. It'll be a defensive battle. Washington's really good on defense.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not that good. No. Check down Alex. You know what he does. He check it down. They'll need 3rd and 8. and he'll throw a swing pass for 2 yards, and they'll come up, make the tackle, and get off the field. You know what he does, Skip Bayless. That's why Andy Reid had no problem moving on down the road.
Yeah.
There's no. Think about this, Skip. Why would you even take a quarterback if that's the guy? If Alex Smith is the guy, Andy Reid mortgaged his future to move up to get this kid. Where they do that at? Oh,
Andy Reid won a whole lot of games.
yeah, so he knows something we don't, because he moved up to get Mahomes and let check down go. Why would he do that if he's the guy?
My rocket has launched.
Your rocket ain't done
The
nothing.
Dak
You got it
attack
done.
is back.
It's about to
The
fizzle
Dak
out.
attack is back.
It's about to rain,
It is
Skip.
haunting you.
Let me ask you a question. Do they launch the space shuttle when it's raining? Or it's windy? It's got to be perfect conditions.
Okay.
Yeah. So you about to have T-minus, that's a negative. We have no liftoff.
So are you picking Washington?
Don't worry about what I'm picking just yet. We gonna pick it later.
You're going to pick later? All right. So then we're going to switch gears back to LeBron right now because his debut for the Lakers last night